All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Blue Corner MMA. And before we get started, if you like the video, as always, make sure that you treat that like button like Tony Ferguson treats a steel pole with his leg and absolutely destroy it. Now, let's go ahead and look back at this past weekend's fight, or the homicide of Stipe Miocic. Yeah, I got to say that I was completely wrong on this one. I did not think that it was going to turn out that way, but man, when Ngannou stuffed that takedown, I knew it was going to be bad. 'Cause, I mean, you could just see the striking just from the get go, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting. Then finally, he shoots for the leg, and Francis made the adjustment. So, yeah, I mean, kudos to Francis and his team. I mean, they have something special on their hands now. I can tell you that much. That is a scary, scary man. And then I'm talking about somebody needs to Sean O'Malley needs to teach Francis Ngannou the walk off, because this man is going to kill someone. Oh God, I mean, Stipe's already falling back on one leg, and then he's jumping on top of him. I'm like, come on, Francis, Francis, this man has a family. Oh God. Man, that was insane. That was insane. That Francis Ngannou is a scary man. I mean, he is absolutely terrifying. But I will say that, hey, you can't take anything away from Stipe. He's been a hell of a champ. Best to ever do it in the heavyweight so far. So I mean, he's a legend without a doubt. But there is a new king of the heavyweight division, and it's Francis Ngannou. Now, now we have to look at what's next, and I think everyone wants to see Jon Jones. Nobody's really. I love Derek Lewis. I mean, totally love it. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time, but I don't want to see that. Namely, I don't want to see Derek Lewis get done like that. But Jon Jones, love watching him fight too. I mean, the whole out of the octagon stuff, whatever, I'll put that to the side. But I love watching Jon Jones fight. I want to see that fight. He's put on a lot of weight. He put out a video saying, just because you would be scared of him does not mean that I'm scared of him. And that's something I also want to touch on is, you're seeing a lot of this stuff online of everybody saying that Jon Jones is scared of Francis because he's wanting the money fight. He has been saying that he's been wanting a money fight for the past, I don't know, year and a half now. So it's not like it's any kind of new narrative that he's just now springing on everyone because Francis is champion. I think he's been wanting that big money fight for quite some time now. So to say that Jon Jones is scared of anyone, I don't see that. Jon Jones, you can call him a lot of things, but a coward is one thing he is not. He goes in there, he's fought everyone. Now, before everybody jumps on me, hey, he isn't fought anybody like Ngannou. Okay, I get that. But how many times have we heard things like that in the past of, well, he hasn't fought anybody like this? That doesn't mean, I'm not saying that he's going to win. I'm just saying I don't think he's scared to get in there and try. And I think he'll give him a lot harder of a time than Stipe did. Stipe just kind of stood there. I mean, it was not good. Stipe can't move around like Jon Jones does, but I don't know how Jon Jones is going to move around with all this extra weight. He's such a freak athlete. I'd like to think that he's going to be okay with it, but I mean, the man is put on. He's a thick boy now, and that's with two C's. He is extra thick now, so he is strong as an ox also. But I mean, we'll see how that transitions. I don't know if his cardio is going to suffer, which everyone suffers a little bit, but in terms of is it going to be enough to where he could maybe keep some kind of heavy output to wear Francis down and maybe take it to those later rounds and still be there? That's the questions that I really have. But I'm not on the whole, Jon Jones is scared to fight Francis. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think that's the case. I hope everyone else doesn't think that either, because I mean that's kind of absurd to me, guys. I mean, he's never once shown that he's scared to fight anyone. I mean, he'll fight whoever. Going back to when he was in 20, 23 years old, whatever. I mean, he's been fighting whoever, whenever. And it's not like he's been, everybody forgets what he's been doing all these past years. This man has fought nothing but 5-round championship fights for like 10 years now. Think about the toll that takes on your body, just those, because a 5-round fight camp is way different than a 3-round fight camp. And that's all he's known. And then fighting on the biggest stage on top of that. And he's fighting against some just killers too. He's fought against some top talent. Sure, it was the light heavyweight. Now he's moving up to heavyweight. But I think he always knew that Ngannou was going to be there at some point. But now after watching this one, everyone saw that Francis stuffed the takedown. And now Jon Jones is like, oh, well, there goes my whole game plan. I don't think that was his only game plan. Jones is one of those that he likes to fight. He could have taken Thiago Santos down. But he's like, I wanted to beat him in his own game. I wanted to fight him standing up. That's just the kind of guy he is. He's so competitive. That's always there for him. But he only utilizes it every so often. Anthony Smith and Gustafsson are the last times I've seen him really do anything with it or just attempt it a lot and really go somewhere with it. He did with Reyes a little bit there at the end, but it's always there. So I don't think that's just something he just leans on. He mixes his game up so much. I think he's got plenty of other options that he could lean on, and I think he moves around better than Stipe. So we'll have to see. I think it's a better fight, and he's got a good chin on him. Now, I feel like your chin does not matter when it comes to Francis Ngannou. I think you got to have a cinder block head to even stand a chance. But either way, Jon Jones, Francis Ngannou, that's the fight to make. I hope they get the money right. I really do think it's just a money thing with Jon Jones, not a fear thing. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Do you want to see Jon Jones next, or are you wanting to see Derek Lewis? I don't think many people are wanting to see that one instead of Jon Jones. I just don't think that's going to be as competitive as maybe the Jones fight. And I think everybody's just ready to finally see Jones step in there at heavyweight. We've been waiting. Now the time has come. But hey, congrats to Francis Ngannou. Huge win. And guys, we have a new era of the heavyweight division.